Welcome back to the Energy Sovereignty Project. This is going to be the first in a series of videos called Quick Topics, and these quick topics will be generally 5 to 10 minute videos that will appear in between some of the updates that we're doing as we come across points that I feel would be of interest to the folks that are following the Energy Sovereignty Project. And the first of these videos is about electrified visitors. And so yesterday we hosted the Super Bowl, and we had obviously several visitors come by, and it got me to thinking, well, you know, what happens in the future when we have several people come to a gathering that happen to have electric vehicles. Well, one of my friends that owns this Chevy Bolt here, he came from the Bay Area. Now the other folks, even though they drove ICE vehicles, started to think, okay, well, you know, what would, if they were electrified, what would be the result? And all of them were relatively local. So I had one out-of-town visitor that's going to need a charge. Well, how do we address that? And again, this points back to the fact that I'm not looking to say that we need to remove ourselves entirely from the grid. The grid is and should always be there as a backup. It's just important that the folks that are running the public utilities understand and honor their new place in an electrified future, and that is to back up the home, not to necessarily be the primary supply of power for the vast majority of the year. Again, situation dependent, you know, where is the home located? We always have to be realistic about that. But the friend of mine with the Bolt, he needed a charge to return home today, and so we'll pull up a screenshot here that you'll be able to see. And in a relatively short period of time, he was able to charge his vehicle. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the coupling that we're using. So this is the adapter available through Tesla Tap. I'll leave a link to this in the description of the video. Very handy thing to have. If you have a non-Tesla vehicle, right, this is going to be a great asset to you. The destination chargers, Tesla chargers, actually appear on a wide range of different EV planning websites, so that it's possible to even plan your trip by pulling up some of these what's called the Tesla destination charger. And what this does is it adapts a standard Tesla plug to a standard level 2 charging plug. Now this is AC. This isn't going to work on the Tesla superchargers, obviously. So don't think that this is a DC fast charging solution. It's just simply to extend your level 2 charge choices. There are quite a few places that have the Tesla destination chargers. I actually have one of these at my home. I had briefly considered getting a level 2 standard charger, separate charger installed until I came across this adapter. And so then this allows any folks that are visiting with non-Tesla EVs to be able to charge here while they're at my home. And so very handy device. Now these come in a variety of different flavors. Yeah. This is one of the 80 amp chargers. If you have multiple vehicles and one of those vehicles is able to charge at a higher rate, then that would be advantageous to have that, so that you're not limiting the speed at which you can charge. This vehicle charges at around 8 kilowatts or so. We'll pull up that screenshot again so you can kind of take a look at that. This shows the period that it was charging. Obviously, the more current that the vehicle is able to accept, the quicker that vehicle will be able to receive its charge, so that's handy. And then also that brings us into, you know, if you have multiple guests, right, then you'll be able to then charge one person's vehicle, then switch it over, and then within a matter of a couple of hours, you'll be able to have actually given them enough charge so that they can make it home if they have a long return trip. And so this is the Tesla destination charger here. Like I said, this one's set at 75 amps delivery. It allows you to charge fairly rapidly if you have a long commute or you have multiple Tesla vehicles or multiple other vehicles. Again, as I mentioned, the Bolt, that was limited in charging to somewhere around 8 to 10 kilowatts. But the Teslas and some other vehicles can actually charge at a much faster rate depending on how they're set up. My vehicle actually has 2 chargers and each of them are able to handle 40 amps, and so I could potentially charge that car at a rate of 20 kilowatts, nearly 60 miles an hour, which is really handy. Again, like I said, if you have more than one vehicle or if you have a long commute, you're thinking that you get home and then you're going to need the vehicle relatively rapidly, maybe to do errands or what have you, so you need to be able to put a charge back on the car really quickly. But that adapter was really handy because that meant then that I didn't have to have a second charger installed simply for other folks that had standard level 2 charging requirements. So again, hope you found this interesting. We'll try and keep this really short and sweet. If you have just stumbled upon these videos, feel free to like and subscribe. If this is something that you're interested in, check out our previous videos, see what got us to this point, and please feel free to leave comments so that we can help drive our content, find out what you guys are all interested in, and good luck with your own projects.